Jean-Marc Rickli is a global risk and resilience specialist at the Geneva Centre for Security Policy. He joins us on Skype now. Jean-Marc Rickli, nobody left this week in a state of high dudgeon. People were talking to people about talks. So in that sense, have the past 7 days in Geneva been a success?
Well, we were starting from a very low point, and I think the Mr. rightly said that he was not expecting a breakthrough. I think compared to the previous meeting, they have agreed on a format for a forthcoming negotiation, and each side could say they have claimed a small victory. The opposition said that for the first time we're talking seriously about political transition, whereas the Syrian government said that in addition to the free basket, which the talks were all about, which are about drafting a constitution, credible and free election, as well as a representative government, they have added terrorism as an issue that should be discussed in the future.
But if we anticipate the potential choreography of these discussions between now and the next set of talks, even if Staffan de Mistura manages to get most of the opposition on the same page, the concept of that is utterly unacceptable to other key players in the process because of the constituencies that those people talk to on the ground in Syria.
That's correct. I mean, even in Geneva, if you look at the people that were represented there, you had the Syrian government, obviously, but the opposition was dividing among three groups: the so-called Riyadh group, the Cairo group, and the Moscow groups. These three groups do not agree on the future Assad, on political transition, and this disagreement, if you want, trickle down on the situation on the ground, because obviously there are much more groups that are represented on the ground. So we shouldn't be too hopeful for the future, because there is no common interest. What we might see, though, in the next few weeks, because negotiations have to be resumed by the end of March, we might see on the ground a resumption or a more combats on the ground to strengthen the position, to free some position in order to get a greater bargaining position in Geneva for the next meeting.
But the bargaining position, whichever side we're talking about here, has to come from a position of strength. So the optics of this surely will never change until Bashar al-Assad starts losing. And at the moment, he's not losing, he's winning.
Well, there are some groups that will not negotiate on Bashar al-Assad's leaving. Some groups now are considering a possibility for Assad remaining in power with a more inclusive government. But you're right, Bashar al-Assad, especially after the fall of Aleppo last December, is in a much stronger position. In a way, the Syrian government now is calling the shots in the negotiation, and they don't have much of interest in actually seeing a major achievement in this negotiation.
Jean-Marc Rickli there in Geneva. Thank you very much.
Thank you.